There we go. Okay. Hello! Start, Michelle.
Welcome.
Hi. We need a way better intro than that. Okay, let's start again. Go, Shida. Hello!
Welcome.
Hi. I wasn't any different than what we did.
We don't have an intro
song.
So this is it.
We haven't chosen one yet. So this is our intro.
Surprise.
This is our first video. This is our intro to Booktube that we've been wanting to do forever. And it just so happens that we have time now and something else is happening, so we wanted to do it. So let's introduce ourselves first.
My name is Shania.
Don't give last names. Let's start that again.
Okay.
Introduce ourselves.
I'm Shania.
I'm Nishelli.
I'm Hema, and I will be mainly the one editing and uploading on the channel. And these girls are just in my life by default, so we figured the first intro one should be with all of us, explaining our reading times, and anytime we are together, we'll make a video together anyways.
That way it's not a surprise when we pop up again.
Or when I'm talking. Basically, if anyone ends up seeing this, you guys are just watching private conversations in between us, because I don't expect anyone to see it. And basically, we've been wanting to do a Booktube channel for a while, but like I was saying, we barely got more time now. And I will be moving away here soon for the first time ever, so we won't be together for the first time ever, and I will be hours and hours away. So we figured that the girls could be my 2 subscribers, and I would upload videos so we can kind of update each other on book stuff, which we obviously like. So,
We are here to entertain you, or fly on the wall. You are not our friend. You're just here listening in.
so this first intro is going to be the only weird one because we're talking to anyone who's watching, but basically all the rest, if I'm vlogging or doing reading, it'll be for these 2 girls.
We're just talking to each other.
And we're behind Nishelli's bookshelves right now, just because mine's not set up and packed away because I'll be moving soon. And what's your excuse?
You don't Mine's not organized in an aesthetic way, according to somebody. I like how it looks, but
So welcome
Yes.
to our room, my room, bookshelves.
Oh, and we'll call the channel the Sanchez Sister Chronicles because we're all nerds and into reading, and it's nice. So we're gonna do a Booktube newbie tag, but not quite because I didn't want to answer all those questions because it won't be strictly Booktube, but it'll be mainly book stuff.
Yeah.
So the first question is why we want to start this channel. I kind of explained that. I have the memory of a peanut or something else that doesn't have a good memory. And I read amazing books and forget about them in 2 seconds.
A goldfish.
And I don't, thank you, and I don't really use Goodreads, but she does, and so that doesn't work for me. So I'm more of the person who will send videos about my opinions on books, and I honestly just want to keep track of them. And then again, like I was saying, I'm moving away, so my 2 subscribers here will be the only ones watching, and it'll be nice for us to connect. So that's why we started a channel. I mean, do you guys
if
know?
only we'd done this earlier though, because there are so many books. I'm at the point where I feel like I've run out of books that I've really liked in my life. And if I could remember why I liked all those other ones, that would have been great. So it's not too late. There's more books in the future. That's why we're here.
But to help us keep track of what we're reading, which is like a video journal. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Basically. And so like I was saying, since basically these 2 girls are going to be in all the videos, we're going to do this all together so that way you guys can kind of get to know a bit about us. Before we go into what book got us into reading, just to lay the basis on how we are our unusual set of readers, preference on like ebook, audiobook, or physical book.
I used to be just paper, and then and I heard a lot of like, oh, a Kindle is not a real book or whatever, but that's having a whole entire library in your purse instead of an obvious thick paperback. And so I've leaned towards ebooks. I also like paper book. I don't like audio books personally, but I respect them and I have nothing against them. I need to read it, have a moment with it. I can't be doing anything else or else I get distracted and I don't hear the book. So that's
ebooks.
me. Yeah, ebooks and paper back.
I like audiobooks first, then ebooks, then physical books.
Mine's physical, audio, and then ebooks. Ebooks are the very, very last. I get headaches easily. I really dislike them. So if we're going to put them in the ones that we have the most, I am the most physical, like reader, physical book. I have the most books. She's got the most audiobooks. And then ebooks.
I don't have any audiobooks.
And then ebooks is definitely you with your Kindle. So, anyways, and then really quickly, genre and what we like to read more.
Okay, I love fantasy, and I have barely learned this about myself, that I'm way into retellings of fairy tale books, those kind of things.
Folktale, fairy tale, retellings.
Folktale, yeah.
What is that called, Michelle? What's her fantasy?
Oh, it's urban fantasy.
Urban. She says it's urban fantasy. I wouldn't even
According
know.
to Google, it says it's urban fantasy, but it can
Apparently
be a
there's a
mix of a lot of
pattern.
things.
So.
I personally like rom-coms first, then Regency romance, then fantasy, and you can kind of tell from the background of what I have. And if I own it physically, it's because it's a 5-star and I extremely like it. If not, I do not have it on my bookshelf.
Same. Yes, I will have it on my Kindle first. I'll first check it out, and if I love it, then I buy several copies and I give them to my friends.
It is true. You buy so many of the physical ones and then send them. Yeah. I'm definitely more physical. I have them all. I like them. If I don't like them, then eventually they get donated, but here we are. And what were we doing? Oh, genres. Contemporary rom-com. I like more of the stuff that I can relate to. Not a huge fantasy fan. I like the retellings. I like a little bit of everything, but mine's definitely self-help.
As well.
Yeah, like autobiographies,
You
I read all of those,
but I have never read one, and I don't feel inclined.
But I just like the normal, like rom-com-y books. You're definitely more Regency though.
Me?
Pioneering.
Oh yeah, I like Regency, but I also like rom-com. Like all this is romantic, is contemporary.
Yeah.
And then up here is like Regency, but over here there's also contemporary. So it's mostly, and my Kindle is mostly all just contemporary romance. So it just depends on my mood, and I change it around. And I like fantasy, but I'm really picky what fantasy I read. So
I don't even have a Kindle account or anything. I just realized.
you totally should.
I have 3.
Anyways, okay. So first book that got us into reading, and then how did you find that book, and how old were you?
Okay, my first book that got me into reading that I remember is Twilight. Yes, super original. Wow, have you even heard of it? No, I was in elementary. I was in 5th grade maybe, and I judged it by the cover. It was a beautiful cover. I loved the hands. I picked my nails, so the nails are beautiful. That's what caught my eye. And then I started reading it, and there was just such an addictive way of writing that Stephanie Meyer has that I loved. And so I was into it, and then I got over it, and then it became cool or whatever to be into it, and I was like, fine.
Then it didn't, then it did again.
Didn't, but it did. And Midnight Sun just happened, but let's not get into that one too much. We're going to only talk about that.
How old were you?
It was
when you got into it.
I don't know what age that is.
That's 11.
10,
11.
11. We figured out you were 11 and I was 9.
Yes. I don't even know how I got that first copy. Like who bought it for me?
Wasn't it a teacher recommended it because she was reading it and she said you should read it?
No, we were reading Johnny Appleseed. That's what it was. And I thought, oh, Apple, this must be about him, is what I thought. And that's why I saw the cover too.
Did Miss Jensen read them?
Miss Jensen started reading them for her class after.
The teacher that
No,
read it.
Did she start with Twilight, or did she go to?
No, she started with Twilight.
Oh my god.
Because I heard, because she wasn't my teacher at that time, but I love her. She started reading
She got
Twilight
me
in her
into reading
class,
too, actually.
and I was like, maybe that's not class appropriate, but we love her, and I'm very
Shout
glad.
out to Miss Jensen,
Yep.
the one who got us basically into reading.
Got them into reading. So for me, I struggled with
I really
reading.
hope this is recorded.
And I struggled with reading for a long time, and until one day my dad got me this copy of Alice in Wonderland, which is like a junior version, and it was from the dollar store, and I completed it and I felt so accomplished. Then I didn't read for like 6 years, and then I got into a series. I have them all right here. Which is The Goose Girl by Shannon Hill. And then after I completed this series through audiobooks on CD,
Those are good audiobooks.
after this, I really got into reading. Took a break from that, and then got into all this and got into proper like reading, Booktube, and all the community about 4 to 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
And then she helped you get into reading,
Yes. I made fun of
Oh,
these
yeah.
two for being nerds and reading when I was a youngling and didn't know any better. And then I think mine was, because it has to have been 4th grade.
You want?
So I must have been 9. Oh, you have them.
Yeah, I have.
This is not my copy because she taped my hard copy. That's a story for another time. I'll do a whole video on the
Not
books
bitter.
that got us into reading. But it was a Sister Grimm. I was in 4th grade and we were having reading time, the pitiful like 15 minutes of that they would give us in school.
Dear,
And
drop
expect us
everything
to
and read.
be done reading in 15 minutes and then yell at me for having a book. I mean, you give me 15 minutes to get into it and then you yell at me for... Anyways. So I needed a book for school, and I think you'd gotten that one at the library.
I did. I got it in the library in the
Then-
book sale for like
And I never read it and was like, oh, here, take this book. So then I started reading it and then it was really good. And then I got really into it, and that book basically single-handedly got me into reading. And you gave it to me.
And then they read it, and then I completed the series in my 20s. I was like 24, 25 when I read it.
These are one of the few that I started reading.
Everyone are now 24, 25. She's not 14.
Oh yeah, you.
Oh, we should not say who's older.
No,
and
let's just
let
leave
everyone.
it. Let's just leave it like that. It doesn't matter. It's not important.
The
Anyways,
one is
let's
somewhere in the
do-
middle. What? Anyway.
Okay.
But anyways, the Sister Grimm, that one got me into reading, and then after that I was down. I'll make a whole video on the Sister Grimm series in general and who got me every book and all the fun stuff with it.
I'm holding back so much. Another
Even though it's
video.
called the Grimm Sisters and not the Sisters Grimm. But anyways,
Yeah, sounds great.
Next one.
that was mainly it. It was short. How old was I when I started reading that? I was like in 4th grade, and I don't remember how old that was. Because you would read Twilight and then read it to me when I was 9 chapters before I went to bed. And good night stories.
We had a bunk bed, so it's very easy.
I must have been 10 when I started reading the Sister Grimm, or 11. Because I remember I was 2 years older than her, and she starts off as 9, right?
No, she
Sabrina.
starts at 11.
No,
She was
there's
11 to
one.
12.
One is 9 and one's 11.
Okay, hold on. You're tempting me to really go into
Well,
that.
then I was
the
11.
slow burn romance. I love.
Anyways, but yeah, that's basically it. Anything else you guys want to add? Those were all the questions I
This
had.
is, you can't see yourself, but you're on top of the cutest little tripod I've ever seen. It's very nice. I think that's all though. Before I start thinking of any
Okay,
book, I'm
that's
gonna
it.
get
So
really into
we'll
it.
go with any other videos we'll be doing. We'll later talk about our Twilight adventures and everything like
It
that.
deserves its own chapter.
And how we got into those. We'll be more specific with later ones, but this is just a quick intro so you guys know who I'm talking about when I'm like, Shelly, look at this thing that I read, or Shania, because I'll be vlogging more, but you guys can vlog when I'd upload it. So that way they see us separate. But anyways, yeah,
Totally good though.
that's it. Thanks for watching. Stop watching
Nobody's-
private family videos.
Nobody's watching. We could
Someone
just
is.
make it private.
No.
No.
Okay.
Should
don't
we
mind.
leave any Instagrams linked down below? She has a Bookstagram. You have a book. Oh, we all have Bookstagrams. We'll leave that down below,
okay.
and I'll put.
We all have our
sisters.
separate
We'll
ones.
put it right here.
No, I don't think I want to do that much editing.
So,
We'll put it down
It's just
below.
down below.
in comments.
Okay.
Okay, bye.